Good evening everyone, welcome to Gradeup's MBA prep channel. So MHCET is around the corner, and in fact today is the last day to apply for the examination, right? In case you have still not applied, please do apply. You have just 2 hours to go to apply for the examination. So in this video I'm going to discuss about the LR section, right, which consists of 75 questions. 3/8 of the paper consists of the logical reasoning section, right? So I'll be talking about how to maximize your score, right? If that is your strength, right, if you are strong with LR, how could you maximize your score in that section? What are the things for preparation as well as during the examination, right? While attempting the paper, what should be your strategy and what should be your strategy during preparation? Okay, so good evening, welcome to this class. And as I said that today is the last day to apply for MHCET. So in case you have not yet applied, please do apply at the earliest. You just have 2 hours to go. It hardly takes 15 to 20 minutes to apply for it, right? Okay. And on this coming Saturday, on 24th of July, we have 2 sessions by MHCET toppers, right? One is from Urvika Sonar, and she'll be talking about how to target JBIMS with MHCET, right? So she is All India rank 19 in MHCET 2017. Then we have another session by Abhishek Rajadhyaksh. He was a cricketer, right, before joining JBIMS. So he will talk about his journey, that how he cracked MHCET and did MBA from JBIMS. So some great people who would be talking to you, right? So please do attend these sessions. So 24th of July, 3 p.m. on Gradeup app and 9 p.m. on YouTube, right? So these are the timings of these sessions. So in case you want to hear about their experiences, you can join these. Okay. This is our daily YouTube schedule for MBA examinations, and we have launched a crash course for MHCET and also a course for CAT 2022. So in case if you are preparing for these examinations, or you know someone who is preparing for the examinations, and you may recommend them to subscribe to Gradeup. So first of all, right, the first and the foremost thing that you need to do in any examination is like treat of examination as a war, right? Any exam is like a war. How do you win a war? You should understand your enemy, right? Right. If you know your enemy, what is your strength of your enemy? What does he have in powers? That what are his powers, etc., etc. Then only you can win, right? So similarly, in order to crack an examination, the first thing is to have the idea about the examination pattern, right? What is going to be asked, so that you can prepare accordingly. Like in a war, if you know about your enemy, okay, this is how your enemy is. These are the things that he does, right? Like you can build strategy accordingly. So similarly, in an examination, if you know the pattern, if you do not know the pattern, you randomly go and sit. No matter how good you are, you might not be able to tackle everything because you will not have strategies for those things, right? So first thing is that, right, so you should know the pattern, right? What is the pattern of the examination, right? So since we are focusing on the LR section, so I'll be talking about it. So you have 75 questions in this section. There are individual questions as well as group questions. Okay, now there's a debate that should I solve individual questions or should I solve group questions, right? Some people say should I do individual questions because they take less time. Some people have other opinion that there are group questions. If you solve a puzzle, you get all questions right. You do not have to solve multiple questions, right? So I would say a mix of both of them. So we will see what are the topics, and then accordingly decide according your strength and the general perception what you should do, what you should not. Now, as per the trend which has been for the past 2-3 years, around 40 questions are on puzzles, right? So last year there were 7 sets, before that also similar number, right? Close to 40 questions are on puzzles. So it forms a very good chunk, right? More than 50% of the section, or you can say absolutely 20% of the paper is on puzzles. So this thing you cannot miss, right? Although you will not completely do it, but you cannot completely ignore it altogether, right? So try to target 4 to 5 out of 7 puzzles, right? Some will be easy, some would be moderate. So try to do easy, moderate, right? If you want to maximize your score, you need to do at least 5 puzzles, right? 5 out of 7. Target to do 5, right? 7 out of 7 is very difficult to do. Why? Because you will run out of time. Okay, puzzles take time to solve also. And yes, if you are not good at other sections, suppose your quant is weak, then try for 7 out of 7, right? If you are reasoning plus quant guy, like if you are good with both reasoning and quant, right, then you can try up to 5 out of 7, right? If your quant is weak, right, but you are good at reasoning, so then you have to try 7 out of 7, because that is going to give you a good score in the examination. Okay. Then there are 10 questions on critical reasoning, okay, which is also critical. Now the thing is, these critical reasoning questions take more time as compared to solving any other 10 questions. First, people do not prepare this section well, right? They do not prepare well for this section. I have seen very few people who take these up seriously. Secondly, if you see the questions, like you see a 4-line question followed by 1 question, right? On the other hand, if you say, like if you compare critical reasoning with puzzles, right, in the time you solve 6 questions of a puzzle, right, in the same time you will be able to do 3 questions of critical reasoning. It is a time consuming thing, right? So as a strategy, right, I'm not saying that no one should get offended that no, they are good at critical reasoning, but I'm giving you the general perception, right? It's not from one person's point of view, but majority of the people, right, they find it difficult. If you find it easy, yes, you should go ahead with it. But if you find it challenging, I would rather advise try to score in other parts, right? See, there is a big paper. It's of 200 questions. Even in this section also, you see there are a lot of questions. Okay, so if you are very comfortable with it, then only go ahead with it, because it takes time. Okay, you have to think in that. Okay. Then there are questions like coding, decoding, and critical reasoning can also have close options. Whereas in other things you can do, right? If you can solve puzzles, right? No matter if you have solved something, you have made an arrangement, there is no concept of close options, right? But this you can have trap of close options also. So this is a difficult territory to master, and there are few people who can master it, right? I'm not denying the fact that people do not do well in this, but I'm telling about the general perception. Okay, and then we have coding, decoding, inequalities, directions, syllogisms. Now syllogisms are individual questions. Okay, directions, okay, you have these questions, and then inequalities, coding, decoding. Coding, decoding is a group question, right? It comes easy to moderate. Inequalities are individual questions, right? Directions could be group or individual. Okay, data sufficiency, individual questions, but they come 4 or 5 in number, right? So these constitute some 15 to 20 questions. Then okay, directions I've written here also. Blood relation, directions, word formation, these constitute of the remaining 5 to 10 questions, right? So this is the structure: 40 puzzles, 10 critical reasoning, then 15 to 20 of these categories, and then few questions on blood relation, directions, word formation, etc. Okay, so this is, the pattern, right? Now let us see in detail what are the things that you get. The analytical reasoning puzzles. What are the different type of puzzles with this, right? So linear arrangement could be of one row, it could be of double row. In one row also, some people south, some people north, right? All people same direction, anything possible. Then you can have double row, like people sitting like this, okay, with some parameter. Okay, then cyclic arrangement means where there are no ends, like circular arrangement, rectangular, square. They might give you triangle or some random figure, pentagon, hexagon, right? Okay, then you have floor and box. Similar thing, in this you have to arrange in a horizontal manner. In floor puzzles you have to arrange in a vertical manner. Technically it is same thing, but just that instead of left and right they say above and below. Okay, then you have matrix puzzles. Okay, right, matrix puzzles, like a grid of people, like some people, profession, age, and all those things. Then there are scheduling puzzles. Scheduling puzzles are some sort of timetable puzzles, like some people have interviews on different dates, right? So those kind of things. Or some people were born on different dates, some people joined a company on different dates, so those date based puzzles, right? Or some students study different subjects on different dates, so all those are scheduling puzzles. Then puzzles along with blood relations. Now these are generally difficult, right? Especially in arrangement you will get these, like there's a linear arrangement, people are sitting, they are part of a family, so that makes it complex. This is slightly complex in nature. Okay, then input output, I mean, although these are not directly puzzles, but yes, some sort of, sometimes you might get input output, sometimes you might get coding decoding. These are generally easy ones. Okay, coding decoding would be easy one, not very difficult. Okay, now if we talk about critical reasoning, these are the types of questions that they ask: assumptions, inference, conclusions, strong and weak arguments, course of action, assertion, reason. Okay, some of them can be easy, right? I'm not saying that all of them are long, but generally these are time consuming ones, right? And sometimes there might be confusing options in that, right? So yeah, you can attempt a few of them, right? But definitely if you solve all 10 questions, it is going to take a much time as compared to solving some other group questions. Okay, so these are the different topics that they test in critical reasoning. Now certain tips that you need to follow in order to score well in this, right? First is you have to practice a good number of puzzles, right? Like 4 or 5 is less, I mean, given the time constraint, like you can even do 10 puzzles a day, even if you are not having much time, because you have to study other subjects also, right? So 4 or 5 I would say is an ideal number. Every day you need to practice puzzles, practice different sorts of puzzles, right? Linear arrangement, circular arrangement, okay, and all those things. Now with practice, now all these things will come with practice. You will identify your strong and weak concepts in puzzles, right? This will come only by practice. If you practice, then only you will identify. Otherwise you will not know, right? You go to the day of examination, you will not know which is your strong area, which is your weak area. But if you practice a lot, you will know that you are not able to do, let us say you are not able to do linear arrangement in 2 rows. Let us say you find difficulty in doing floor puzzles, but you are good with scheduling puzzles, right? So when you practice regularly, you will understand which is your strong area, which is your weak area. Accordingly, you have to attempt the paper, right? So you know, okay, if a puzzle comes on, let us say like floor based puzzle, you know that, okay, you are very good at solving. Every time you have very high accuracy, you have high speed. So if you see in the examination, you are going to attempt it first, right? You see a problem which involves blood relation, you know it is difficult, you are unable to get those answers right in most of the occasions, you will skip that. You know, if it is circular arrangement with like one side, you can do well, but if it is given both sides, some facing in, some face out, you feel problem in that, right? So you know that if it is inside and outside, you are going to attempt that later. So your practicing will help you understand which are your strong and weak areas, okay, weak concepts in that. Now in this, right, you have syllogisms, inequalities. Understand these concepts. These are very easy concepts, and these are low hanging fruits. Low hanging fruits means easy questions to do, right? Syllogisms questions, if you have understood the concept well, it hardly takes any time to solve these questions. Okay, inequalities also easy concept, the questions are easy. Okay, coding decoding, generally you get easy things, so try to find out in, I mean, the thing is to, what I went to tell every time is find easy questions in the paper. Okay, now see this, every question has 1 mark, right? If you solve a difficult question, you are not going to get any award for that, right? So it is not about solving difficult. Some people feel proud that they did a difficult puzzle, but they don't realize they wasted a lot of time on that. Had they attempted easy questions, you can attempt more questions. So if you practice a lot, you will know that what type of questions are easy for you, right? And you should attempt those in the paper, right? So that is the purpose of practicing, right? And if you practice a lot, obviously your speed will increase in that, right? So more puzzles that you do, you will be able to, I mean, find automatically how to start, how to build chains of statements, right? How to connect, that things automatically will increase your speed. Achha, one important thing, many times what happens in puzzles, right? People say मैं फंस गया puzzle में, right? You started, after some time you realized you are stuck. Why does that happen? Because we, as soon as we see the question, we start solving it, isn't it? एक puzzle आया, set आया, you start solving it. You कहते हैं चलो करते हैं इसे. But take a few seconds, maybe 15, 20, 30 seconds. It will take at most 30 seconds to identify level of puzzle, right? You can easily identify the level of puzzle before attempting it. How? देखो, how to identify number of parameters. मान लो एक circular में बैठे हैं, ठीक है, उनकी age भी दी है, उनकी profession भी दी है. So there are two things that you have to map. Okay, one thing is that you know the identify the number of parameters. If there are two parameters given, obviously it is going to take time. If a puzzle is having both inside and outside, it is going to take time. You know that if it is inside, you can easily make the arrangement, but if it is inside as well as outside, taking time taking thing, right? Then what else? Like if some fixed position is given to you, right, you know that yes, you can start, you know how to start, but if fixed position is not given, you will get multiple cases. So those are the things that help you determine that is it a puzzle easy or not, right? So just skim through it, do not start attempting it, just see, like it will hardly take 30 seconds to determine the rough estimation of the level, right? Now you feel that it is difficult, skip that, come to that later. Okay, see, sometimes what happens is you let us say you started a puzzle, you took 10 minutes to attempt the puzzle, right? 10 minutes mein you did all, suppose you got all questions correct also, 6 questions or 7 questions, whatever was the number of questions, you got all correct. On the other hand, you spent 30 seconds on one puzzle, right? You found out you did not see this puzzle, it was hard puzzle. You saw one puzzle that was easy one, right, or moderate. Let us say it took you 7 minutes, right, to solve the puzzle. So in 7 minutes 30 seconds you got 6 questions, right? Wasn't it a smart move, right? Yes, you did spend some time in seeing the difficulty level, but still you got 6 questions correct, same score in lesser time. So that is a mistake that people do, that they do not look at the puzzle. They start, they as soon as they see the question, they start doing it. Give some time, think कि हो पाएगा कि नहीं हो पाएगा, right? So if you see this time, like say there are 7 puzzles, maybe 2 minutes will go in identifying the puzzles, but those 2 minutes will help you score marks in a fast manner. Okay, so remember this thing in mind. So try to involve this in your mock test also, right? Acha, one thing is about this examination is very much similar to banking examinations, right? So you can see like in case like you are taking mock test, you are running out of mock test, right? You have solved a lot of mocks, now you are thinking कहाँ से करूँ या practice करनी है, you have done all the mock test and all, you want to practice. So solve questions asked in banking examinations, right? You can purchase someone's mock test of banking exams also, or if you do, even if you do not want to purchase, there are several sites that prepare for banking examinations, right? They have different examinations, SBI PO, IBPS PO, SBI clerk, IBPS clerk, 20 of examination, right? Register on all those sites, right? Even if you register on 3-4 sites, you will be able to get at least 40 marks free, 40 to 50 marks free. ठीक है, it is not exactly the same, ठीक है, पूरे ऐसा नहीं होगा कि 200 question, but yes, you will get a good number of questions to practice from, right? So even without spending any money, you can practice well for this examination for puzzles, right? Register on 4-5 sites, right? Even in Gradeup you have banking platform, right? You can go there. You can like take free mock test for every examination. Everyone gives free mock test, right? So attempt that free mock itself, you will be able to do a lot of questions. So that is a good hack, right? For the ones who want to attempt in free and get some material, that is one hack. And be aware of the latest IBPS examination patterns. What are the type of questions they have started asking, right? So in CET also you see similar pattern questions. Like earlier they did not used to have questions like uncertain number of people, right? So in the past 2-3 years they have started asking uncertain number of people. Even in English that will help you, right? So see what is happening latest in those examinations. Okay, so that is the pattern they follow in all the examination. So in MHCET also you will very likely find those kind of puzzles or other questions. Okay. Alright, so these were certain things about this section, that how you can master this section. Okay, if you found this useful, so please do like this session, right? And these are our mentors at Gradeup who prepare you for different MBA entrance examinations, and these are the ones who have scored heavily in these examinations. Okay. And we are launching one course for CAT 2021. It is the percentile booster course, and in case you are preparing for CAT also, you can register on this course by just taking Gradeup super subscription. Okay, and this weekend we have CAT Quant All India live mega mock challenge. You can take this test on from 24th to 26th of July. Okay. Okay, so daily giving mocks, should I take more puzzles other than mock? See, if you want to practice more, if you practice more, there is no upper limit, right? There is no upper limit, right? There are some people who take 40, 50 mocks also. They solve a lot of questions. So you should not feel that there is some cap, right? There is no some cap, but yes, there should be minimum threshold. If you are solving mocks, that is fine. But if you get time, you can solve more, right? There is no harm in doing that. That will only benefit you. Okay, if you solve more questions, that is going to help only, right? Okay, Satyam, so do watch the recent videos also. We are preparing, we are having some classes on MHCET now as well, right? So like we have classes on at 10 p.m. on YouTube, right? So you can check you can subscribe to our channel and see. Tomorrow also I'll have a class on YouTube, right, in which I'll be discussing about this thing. Right, we are having some quant session on Gradeup app at 7:30 p.m. Right, on Gradeup app you can watch my classes on Gradeup app also. Right, these are free classes that you can watch at 7:30 p.m. on YouTube at 10 p.m. Okay, and frequency of mocks. Okay, frequency of mocks, I would say that one mock per 2 to 3 days, right, at least. Every week you should take 2 to 3 mocks, 2 to 3 per week. Okay, 120 mocks. Yes, 120 mocks is a good score. See, it is not that you can expect, right? That will entirely depend on your performance, right? Maybe you can cross even 150, maybe you can go to 100 also. So that is not the parameter. So mock score is never a parameter. There are people who score 80, 90 mocks, and on the day of examination they score 130, 140 easily, right? And the ones who are scoring very high. But yes, if you are consistently scoring good, that's a good sign, right? So don't get complacent, right? Keep practicing, keep improving things, right? Still find out that what are the mistakes that you are committing, right? So obviously there is always a scope of improvement. So all the best to you, right? Okay, data comparison. Okay, so we'll have a session on data comparison as well. Okay. Okay, Rishikesh is saying score is stagnant. Okay, if you're getting a stagnant score in the box, right, see that what is going wrong, right? Are you planning the right strategy? Are you giving the right start? So I told you about these things, right? How to find a puzzle, whether it is easy, moderate or difficult. Try this hack. You will find that your score in LR will go up, right? When you see the question, you directly start attempting it. Give 2 minutes in the examination and then decide whether should you, different sets, try to identify them and then decide whether you should attempt them. Same goes with data interpretation also. Try to see the set, identify what is the data missing, what are they asking things, right? Can you do it? Then go ahead. Pick the easy questions first, right? So those are the things that you need to do. Pick easy questions. Okay, you know syllogisms is easy. Find the syllogism questions, do them first, right? Inequalities questions, you know, you can do them easily, do them first, right? In quant, if you find number series easy, whatever topics that you find easy, do those things first. So pick easy things first, right? And then in puzzles and other group questions, decide that should it be done or not, right? So question selection is important for that. Okay, all right, so I hope I was able to answer your queries and help you with the strategy for the remaining days and the day of the examination. If you follow these tips, right, know the examination pattern, know how to tackle different kind of questions, know your strengths and weaknesses, analyze mocks properly, practice a lot, that will definitely help you boost your score. So it is about systematic preparation, strategically picking questions in the examination. Okay, so I wish you all the best for the examination. So that's it for now. Good night. Have a great day ahead.